there. If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, what is Cutco? What is vector marketing? Is this a scam? You know, things like that. So I decided to make this video because I just barely went through their training this past 3 days. They have a 3-day training. And so I went through it, and I just wanted to share my experience for people who are reading, you know, it's a scam, or are reading, you know, it's the best thing in the world. I wanted to give my personal opinion. You know, this is me. Anyway. So I got a letter in the mail a few days ago saying, hey, you know, we have this great opportunity, $16 an hour, $16 base per appointment. I didn't understand what that meant, but anyway, I'll get to that later. And, you know, you'll get great experience, and, you know, it's just a really great job overall. Didn't really tell me what I was doing. I didn't really understand. I mean, I looked it up, and all I saw were knives, but I didn't really understand what it was. But I was really looking for a job, so I said, you know what, why not try calling them? So I called them. After I called them, you know, they were like, oh, great that you called, we're so excited to see you. How about you come in for an interview today? And I was really surprised by that, but they really want to get you on cue, on time, as soon as possible. So I saw them that very day, and as soon as I got in there, they said, okay, well, let's go through this interview, and we'll tell you immediately, today, as in today, whether or not you get the job. Disclaimer, their interview lasts probably anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours, depending on how long your wait is. That's a pretty typical business interview, but for people who don't know, yes, it will last that long. Just plan ahead. I'm just saying. I had dinner plans, and I postponed it for like a full hour. It was not the greatest thing in the world. But anyway, I was really looking for a job. Point is, I went ahead through the interview. By the end of the interview, I got the job, and basically they said, congratulations, you got the job, we expect you here tomorrow. And I was like, whoa, okay. Okay then. What? That was my reaction at first. I really didn't know still what I was getting myself into. What I did learn through the interview is that they do sell Cutco knives, and they are the greatest knives in the world. As far as kitchen is concerned, at least. I will put it that way. Beautiful knives. If you ever get the chance to see one, go see one. I should have a picture up there, but just saying. Anyway, so, that was the end of my interview. I get home. I'm a college student, and so my parents were very upset, to say the least. But I'm just going to leave it at they were very upset. I still decided to go to training the next day. I still wanted to know what was up. And so I went to training the next day. And so the next 2 days of training, I learned what the company was about. And I just want to say right here that if you are looking to be in vector marketing, selling Cutco, it is probably a great opportunity for you. It really will give you experience, and it will give you real-world experience. No joke. They are a knife company. They've been in business for quite a while, since 1949. So the thing about it, though, is that it's calling up people and setting up appointments, and you visit their house with your knives. So that's what the training is for. That's what you're doing in training. You are supposed to call up people and you get paid for every person you visit. So that's a little intimidating. I will say their process is probably a pretty good process overall. Think of it a little bit like realty. A realtor, you see some people selling a house, you want to call them up. Oh, I noticed you were selling the house. Can I buy it from you? Stuff like that. So it's kind of the opposite though. You have a product and you're trying to sell your product. So, point is, by the end of day 2, I realized that 2 things. Cutco is great kitchen knives. They have ergonomic handles. They have a pretty great, what they call a double D edge, which is a really nice, it's not your common everyday type of knife. I'll put it that way. Like I said, look it up. Or call your nearest representative. What I will say, though, is that by the second day of training, I had to quit. I was not ready for that kind of opportunity. It is a lot of time investment. They say $15 per appointment. That's really easy money. But consider the fact that you are the one that is having to drive to someone's house. You can pick and choose whose house you go to, but typically, for me anyway, my friends were at least 10 minutes away, so keep that in mind. So you do have to consider the gas that you're going to spend to get to certain places. You have to consider your just base pay on time. $8 an hour is minimum wage, right? And you're pretty much getting paid $8 for an appointment, and if the appointment goes a little over, well, oh well. So let's say it's $8 for just the appointment itself, and then, I don't know, $5 for the gas. That leaves you at 13, right? Or 12? Sorry, 12? Nope, 13. I'm sorry. Anyway, you spent $13. You still get $2 at least, right? Well, the thing they don't tell you is that you have to call people. It's not like, a 1-800 number where it's a call automatically. It's you trying to call people and trying to get your own appointments. And so, eventually, once you're good at it, you can start calling strangers and you can start selling to strangers. But to start out, you're going to be calling your friends and relatives. So, if you feel comfortable with that, all the more power to you, I personally didn't, and I personally couldn't, I wasn't very in the mood to be spending at least 30 minutes of my time calling 10 different people, and more than half of them probably don't answer. Not to mention all the time and effort I had to put in to actually find phone calls. Like I said, I'm a college student, and I'm sorry, to find numbers. Like I said earlier, I'm a college student, and I typically talk to people off of Facebook, and most people don't give out their numbers on Facebook. So I had to go try to, message people, say, hey, can I have your parents' number? Can I have your parents' name? And that wasn't very convenient for me, so it seems like they're paying you a lot, but you have to consider that outside time. Once you get good at it, and once you get some references, oh my gosh, this sounds like the best job in the world as far as, you just call someone, they know you're gonna call, you go to their house, you do everything, right? So, if you feel comfortable with that, that's totally great. Last thing I want to say is that my personal concern on top of just that was also safety, because I am a woman. Most of the people that I saw in the office were men. So, something to consider if you are a woman. I personally didn't feel comfortable going up to someone's house that I don't have any idea who they are, even if they're supposed to be a woman. they recommend married, 30 to 60, and owns a home. So typically they want you to visit those people. Are they safer people? Probably. Do you know the people? No. Are they really, really safe in this day and age? You never know. So I didn't feel comfortable doing that, and so I just backed out while I was still ahead, quote unquote. So yeah, that is pretty much my review on how the whole process went. I hope you choose to do Cutco, if that's what you're leaning towards, and that will help you in your career. Last thing I want to say, if you are in the Houston area, totally go to the Westview branch, and talk with someone called Josh Williamson. Oh my gosh, that team is so supportive, so great. You'll definitely have a great time working there. Yeah, and that's all I really have to say. So I hope if you are listening to this and are thinking about it, this helped you in your decision, one way or the other, as going through training helped me. So, yeah, I hope this was objective enough for y'all.